Hello, fellow Ambazonians. Today, na number 15 day country Sunday, Monday, for this number 8 months for the year 2022. I am Capo Daniel, the spokesman of the Ambazonian Governing Council. I bring una today a special edition for our daily podcast. This one, it go focus about the education for Ambazonia, and it go also help for clarify a lot of things for our parents them all across our national territory for the 13 states them, from Meme, Fako, Ngokitunja, Ndunga, Mantung, Mezam, and for all the state them Lebialem with one them way we never call them. It will help to clarify the thing the way it worry parents and Ambazonia both at home and abroad, and even the one them for inside refugee camp them, because we all get one heart. Thing way they touch one Ambazonia for one place, it pain we all, irrespective of place where you dey. Time where Ambazonia rising it be start for 2016, where this our war, where all the problem, the symptoms, and we be the war we how well La Republic be take over our country, it dismantle everything, it be reach for climax. We stand up, we talk say we no go see go for school, we go stop all thing for make sure say me the war is here wait away, it the war we say we want for separate from Cameroon. And we want to make Ambazonia get a complete decolonization and it be as a country on its own as it deserves for be. School boycott, it be been one of the very strong thing them. Would always get inquiry from our parents them. Even for the international community who would seek recognition. Them too, every time we would meet up them, topic where they come where they want get clarity first, na education. So today it will be a chance for me to bring clarity about education policies. Even though I talk now on behalf of the Ambazonian Governing Council. The Ambazonian Governing Council na a properly constituted body where it represent the interests of our country, amongst many other groups. The Ambazonian Governing Council as an organization, it don't take the lead and are the leading organization in the aspect of education. When see picking the word and train them for our community school for 3 years, had the stand do march pass, sing Ambazonia national anthem, talk for microphone about our history, make them with all pride, come out in bright colors from the state of Momo, Lebialem, Manu, and the great state of Bui, plus the one who will be starting for inside Menchum. Unfortunately, General Talk and Do, if he pass away, the project if can remain the way we did without follow-up or strong supervision. Other states then they would then engage as well concerning community education, but now our flagship one then this one I mention them for now. From day one, we then they work very hard with our parents, with our villages, with our traditional council, with religious authorities and NGOs them for make sure say community education it be a reality. Because the right for learn how to read and write for children na a fundamental human right where we must, as we love our own picking them, give for them, even during a time for war. Cameroon government it don't politicize education. They use education like also part of their war effort. They want show for the war say school they don't begin come back. Wait see this one it mean. They use the word where they call them for English say school resumption. Now a word we will not use them for Ambazonia. If man if you don't make mistake, make it correct and back. Because when you use the word say school resumption, you give the impression say something it don't start after way if it don't be stopped in a briefly, shortly if it don't be stopped because something will happen. So now thing that don't begin start. It means say either that thing people they don't forget the problem, or they don't ignore the problem, or they don't solve the problem. So thing that want start back like it be day. Now the narrative that for our enemy. Now so Cameroon it want show 'em for people them. Now why that they use the word say school resumption. We no one forever give the impression, even impression, say there is anything like school resumption, because there is no school resumption. Ambazonia and Cameroon would then finish kwata from time where Gojidinka it be invoke the restoration law till the time where Justice Adebole it be declare our independence for December 31, 1999, and the time where Seseko Ayoktabi he reiterate that declaration for independence will be done court food with La Republique du Cameroon kwata. Now the thing where Dr. Chuayaba he talks say independence means independence. It means we need to be completely independent from La Republique. All the education tithes and every tie we get them with the cocotam small they go. concerning education, na a new beginning, no be a school resumption. So we no go use that resumption because it give a wrong impression. Na a new beginning for school. For the past 3 years, we done develop educational plan, educational curriculum for our pikin them. We done open school them for places school them in no be day. We done work for school them for places school they be day. We done encourage people them where they be get private school, me then change them into Ambazonia community school, as well as people for religious school them and other educational sector, giving them wartime condition them me then do them. One of the things the whole we put on public, now the things say we no want no school uniform for respect for the students, the way they sit there for inside bush, they fight for freedom. When it concern Cameroon government school, it be completely banned. I mean, absolutely. Any place where Cameroon government school it did it, our military, our forces them on the ground, then get the order for close them with power, even dig the foundation for that school, throw them, burn them down completely. There will be zero tolerance. Any Ambazonian where Cameroon that recruiting me work like government teacher, me then take note. If you do that job for that foreign government inside our country, you don't violate our territorial integrity and our sovereignty. You don't commit high treason, where go put you for big trouble. So I go take some audio them, part audio them, when they be design the Ambazonian Governing Council, their educational policy from Dr. Cho Ayaba, where then be the man behind the scene for many of our policy them, so that me gonna also get an idea for which way would talk am. I go to play part of those audio them for inside this particular special edition. Just say me gonna know the audio them I go to play am na just messages them way be the drop am. Time way discussion they be the go about education, but it reflect the mindset and the thinking of the day for the Ambazonian Governing Council. So me man not take those audios out of context.
And the why education has never been productive for Ambazonians, because the enemy has weaponized education to use it against us, to make us slaves, to make us dependent. And that's why the teachers rose up. That's why we've been fighting for several aspects of education, from the GCE board to our parents using PTA and other means to build schools, to missions building schools, because the enemy had weaponized education and used it as a tool for oppression. We have dismantled that tool. The new beginning.
So what's the way it mean na say La Republique they be make our education system may we be dependent on them. So that when you finish for school, the only two way if you do them na say make you go back for them for enter warana enam emia or any of the thing them. It be just be weaponized, it turn we into slaves. Now why that way most of our people they be strive for go them for abroad. And now why that way like Dr. Choi be the talk, plenty mission school them will be the 10 for mission school them for build our own. And he also explained why we be the fight for the GCE board and for maintain this education system where it will be cherished. It don't always be a conflict with La Republique the way they try to take over this institution or for design them, not be by educators them, but by their politicians them. Education it be supposed for being for equipped with for solve real problems the way our country they face them, but it be then become politicized by La Republique to Cameroon. But we need for dismantle, we done already dismantle all those tricks them way La Republique be playing with our educational system.
We have dismantled that tool. The new beginning will be difficult, but if we do not start it our way, we will revert back to the old system just to feel good that children are going to school, but they acquire no education. They don't become productive. They become a liability. They escape into exile. They become criminals. They migrate into La Republique. That is the education that La Republique has given us. And
so this one na all audio. When I hear Dr. Cho Ibiri talk say, if we not start for do our own things them, small we will start go back for La Republique by school way. Education we go be in a way for take we back for La Republique. We will start go back for it because parents they don't want me their picking and go back for school, picking and need for learn. So they will start begin go back for La Republique, their Cameroon school, begin follow their Cameroon way them. And so it will be very important make we start education for Ambazonia. Now why that way we start our community school them. It will not be even show videos or any of them, I think for almost a year or so. It no be being a base for politics. It no be being a because of anything. But now for those for we for become independent. It no be partisan. It must be now for our picking them and for our future. Decisions like this are very serious and critical. We cannot take them simply because we want to. No. These are serious matters.
Schools in Ambazonia must become community owned. Community education means it's owned by the community, it's owned by the people. It is not owned by some state, by some foreign power, by some alien system. It's our own. That's what we mean by community education. And they should begin to adopt incrementally the curriculum that we have put in place.
So the whole design for community school, now say make it be owned by the people, not be the governing council. No, we need to do one for the governing council, now for the communities. We don't want a system where it be owned by the state, where government it be some type of a big brother where it for all sides. It needs to be owned by that community. Me the community school. We dey for inside Lebialem, me the people them for Lebialem them feel that ownership and responsibility. Make it the one way they for inside Mezam, make them feel that ownership and responsibility for those community educational institutions them. And the gradual process, that means say small, incrementally, they go to take the curriculum mode and put them in place. They go to adopt them. And would fight very hard internationally. I no go tell on a lie. Say make will develop a certification process where you could be recognized internationally. Would work extremely hard for that. And the issue concerning anything will be docked Cameroon government school. That means say any school they call and say Cameroon government school will be inside our land. Man where you the first send your picking for that means say you don't love that child. Man where you teach for that means say you try something where when you go meet up on the road, you go take and the way we go come. If na for dig the school them from their foundation, throw them for water, we go do them. Any Cameroon government school na for destroy them completely to the down, burn them. Because it means the symbol of that Cameroon government school itself inside Ambazonia. No be something for even talk them. Na bad thing. There shall be no Cameroon government school in Ambazonia, none. Make no man in no send picking for day. For any reason, make man in no go for go teach. If any soldier is see teacher where they teach for that school, una catch him. Principal or you go for this, say you want to go resume the same you come for they can sign before you go take salary. Na lie. You go for the una catch him. The Cameroon, their teacher they go teach for North for places Boko Haram did we war it did no be saying any comparison. But na for tell una say there will be zero tolerance for Ambazonia for people the way they go violate this law concerning education. Every village where you no get school for day, will go help them for build school for day. Will nobody even raise fund for these projects them because it show now how close it be for our heart. No be politics. Nothing we need for sure. We need for do them by ourselves. Man no need me another man help you for educate your own picking them. We need for do them. Any village where you no get school before, we go open them. We go build them. We no contact we go set up our own Ambazonia institution them where it go bring with pride and freedom for our country and it go cut we off from La Republic.
Working extremely very hard to ensure that there is certification of the education we acquire and that people acquire true knowledge to meet up with the job opportunities of the 21st century.
So unafi hear from the leader own mouth would work very hard. They mean they don't engage in several meetings. I cannot just stress that, but I can assure you Ambazonians that in every diplomatic meeting, the issue about education have come up. And they have been proactive, not just in engaging UNESCO and many other relevant organizations and state parties and international partners. The Ambazonian Governing Council have been proactive to make this happen. That I assure you. After all said and done, the community schools will start on this September 1st. As we don't talk, it will be now a Thursday. September 1st, all community schools, they will start for inside Ambazonia. Some people, they ask the question why would it start for September when La Republic them too, they start for September. It no really matter. Yes, impression also a day, but now a short-term issue. You need to take long-term decision based on a short-term issue. We don't just bring plenty school them inside community school network, both primary and mission and both a private and mission school them. They don't enter the network. Plenty they still be integrated. For the first time, we don't get a huge amount of Ambazonian the way they come back from La Republique for can enter our community school them. Plenty villages they don't show interest. Even the one way they don't show interest, they never follow up. But plenty they don't follow up. So they establish school the way you go start this September. Now small, just like for introduce our curriculum. Now a gradual process. We don't get now one pedagogic meeting, face-to-face meeting where it don't take place for ground zero about these things them and teacher they examine them. So for education system, we know we now say the government or the organization go to control everything. We need for be based and owned by those communities. They need for take the decision by themselves. So now a gradual process. Eventually we will reach for position where we choose the date for our own school beginning. It no go just be na say we want for counter La Republique where they do one, but it could be a thing we could benefit we and it go suit the timing for harvest season, planting season for our country with other things and way they expert them, they could take them into consideration. And I want to tell when I say there are some people out there where they don't come out, they make a video saying that ground zero force them, they don't make video, the detox school go start in a particular day. First of all, make them very clear. We prefer say me what school is start for October, but the time in our right for choose that October date because now a gradual process. Number two, it be very irresponsible for person where not be involved in education for stand say one take decision about education without consulting those who they build the educational school, they put the policy, they don't take time for work hard with parents them for set up these educational things them. Thirdly, would they warn about people them where they claim to be thing where they no be. The person where he talks, they talk on behalf of all ground zero defense forces them for ground. Now a liar. Nobody need to talk on behalf of everybody. You fit talk for the interest of everybody, but you are not representing everybody. Because definitely you are not representing the ADF and other forces. The person where it talk, it make that audio them and that video them where it hide the face, it make all those things them. Now AMF, their spokesman where it done be for very, very long time. They simply try to take advantage, say plenty of this ARAF where they be do Sako, they are abandoning, they don't know place to go. They talk to me on man camp for chat group and then they misrepresent themselves and our soldiers on the ground. They are not speaking for everybody, definitely. And I go send this message particularly for General Transporter. Now the big man that for Sokadef, where would see say that they use it over for make the AMF nonsense. It need for stop. It need for stop. Transporter is not an AMF. Transporter is a Sokadef. We want unity. What is unity? Don't be misled by people who come and they are preaching unity, but actually what they are preaching is not unity. It's disunity and the assassination of people. Remember Ambazonian when the people came to Bui, that they want to open Bui Unity Warrior. Their intention was not to unite the forces, but it was to kill the ADF. Most of the time when these people say that, oh, we want unity, their main aim is to fight the egg of sea for political sake, not for anything useful, or that we are doing something that is wrong. It's just because they see us as an obstacle because we represent something that they cannot be. Ambazonia is a diverse people. We will always be diverse. When you see two Ambazonians, they will have three opinions. We will always be diverse. Our ability to unite and come together will not be for us to be one unit or be without any differences. It will be our ability to collaborate. And that is what we seek on the ground. When you see the picking them for General Savior, for Batibo, they can't swear out. They no become for them and say they want pretend. Say they want make something for create some new organization or for cancel one another their name, but they want those create collaboration amongst themselves and peace. We want a peace and collaboration. Today, we see even General Talk and Do when I represent the now ARF in Sabui. How you two then they talk, they announce say you two they accept the other presence for the other forces then for they. Make I even play part of that audio. Make una hear.
My fellow Ambalanders, it's me, Major General Talk and Do of Bui County, leader of the Bui Warriors ARF. I'm coming out today, which is left onto them to answer. Want to let them know that we are out to fight the enemy and not them. We earlier told them to maintain their so-called unity and fight in their unity team, while we at Bui Warriors maintain our Bui Warriors and fight as Bui Warriors under ARFs.
So the point what one show now Bui Warrior that they are big man for inside Bui. It talk now say me the unity warrior, then they for that side they fight La Republic, then to go to fight their own La Republic for this side, the ADF they go to fight their own La Republic for the other side. Now all that we want them. Now the same now them be talk say me then key all man for Bui. Say now no man they exist for Bui, now only one group a day. But them say it come up for their mob. I don't know what I go come up for the people where they represented the political leader them. Say me all man they for his side. That is the reality. Make all man the focus against one enemy. We will never have homogeneity. We will always be diverse, but we should collaborate. So those way that they come out for can put message, say that they want to talk about school resumption without consulting those who are even involved in the school. These are just people who are trying to take over for taking over sake, something that they cannot do. They are soldiers. They are not politicians. These are AMF guys who have revamped themselves. We want soldiers to work together, but soldiers must remain soldiers. Nobody should deceive you, or you should never deceive yourself as a soldier that you want to become a political leader. It doesn't work like that, and it will never work like that. You are just destroying your own self, and you will destroy the people you are trying to free. Leave political education to organizations that have several heads with experts that will take decisions that will be best for both you, your children, and the entire Ambazonia. You cannot be there covering your face. You cannot even show your face outside. You are hiding there with your leader, your main person, St. Michael, who is in prison, and Jamaica, what they call St. Michael and Jamaica, who is there in Kondengi. How can somebody in Kondengi be setting political decision for the whole country? This is not Siseko. I'm talking about Jamaica, who is the head of the AMF, who is there. Soldiers should unite to enforce political decision. Soldiers should unite to fight against La Republic. Soldiers should desist from the temptation of pursuing fame that activists have, or to pursue social media experiment to see how many people will share and like you or follow you. This particular guy have been doing this thing for a very long time. Sometimes he have just one or two people who look at the videos. But to attack the governing council have become very popular because even La Republic will support you. All their 1,000 ghost followers will support you. We must do things to further our goal for independence and enhance our people's chances for a better life. Not to be doing things because we want to challenge each other or to project power not over La Republic but over each other. That will be wrong. It is immoral and bad for somebody to come and make declarations without consulting those who are actually involved. It is even more bad for those who could even advise these boys who are political scavengers in the diaspora to jump on it as a vehicle. Finally, they're not sitting, we go carry them, put them, give them voice. Is that what we are fighting for? We are fighting for the future of our country, to liberate our country. They are advancing the argument, say they want to make it be different from La Republic. But we know say their intention, not because they want me to be different with La Republic. Not just say they want Harry for first talk. Say na me a first talk. Na me the control. But that is not supposed to be your motivation. That is not supposed to be. If it was, you were talking about ground zero. The last time General Efang make lockdown, is he not from ground zero? Is he not fighting? Doesn't he have one of the biggest forces? Does that even matter? But we have to be honest to ourselves when it comes to our children and the future of our nation. It is putting Ambazonian first and our flag first. Please, any soldier that have become an activist, any soldier who is dreaming to become the president of Ambazonia should finish the war first. Soldiers gather together to fight. They don't gather together to do politics. Leave politics to politicians and focus on fighting. Collaborate with each other. Unity with collaboration is the only attainable formula. Anybody that preaches unity for uniformity is the enemy, because he is setting you up for something you will not attain. We must find unity in collaboration for a purpose, for effectiveness, not for dullness or backwardness, but for things that will advance us. Common sense will tell you that those who have been taking the lead and who are involved in education are in the right place to make such decisions, and such decisions should be left for them. We should advise them, we should challenge them, we should bring proposals so that we can all speak with one voice. And when we see that we have made mistakes, we should admit them and support what is right. Schools, Ambazonia Community School will start on September 1st, and all parents are called upon to make sure their children are going to authorized community school that adhere to our liberation standard. Anybody that sends their child to Cameroon government school is finding problem. Cameroon government schools are banned completely. There will never be a resumption of Cameroon government school in Ambazonia. There will never be. We have declared war against that Cameroon government schools in our country. It will never, ever, ever happen. Even in the widest dream of anybody, it will never happen. God bless you all.